If you like cooking with an offset smoker like this guy over here, you probably like to burn some firewood in there for some great flavor. And I got a little tip for you. At first I didn't realize that this was something that I should mention, but after a lot of comments and questions I get from people, and people saying that they don't use firewood in their offset because it's just too expensive. And I was like, what? How is wood too expensive? Wood is so much more affordable than burning charcoal or lump coal. So what's the deal here? And then after some conversations, come to find out that people are not quite looking in the right places for the wood that they need to burn in their offset smoker. This is 1 cubic foot of hickory that I picked up from my local hardware store for $32. There's about 8 sticks in this bag about this size, and if I cut this in half and split it once, best I get is probably about 18 hours, maybe 24 at the max worth of cooking time out of this bag. This is 10 cubic feet of oak that I picked up from a local firewood distributor for $62. See the difference? Now there's about 80 sticks in this stack, and I will usually cut these in half or sometimes in thirds if they're a little bit extra long, and then split them again. Typically, I'll get about 6 miniature logs out of each of these sticks, and that's enough to burn about 240 hours worth of barbecuing. Now, I'm not criticizing Kingsford for what they're charging for that bag of hickory. If I want hickory, it doesn't really grow a lot here in my area. I got a ton of oak in my area. So if I want hickory, that's where I get it. And pay $32 for that bag if that's what I really want to use. The point I want to make here is that you can save a lot of money by looking at the local resources you have in your area. In my area, there's tons of oak. I also have a lot of apple, a lot of cherry. You know what? If it grows a nut or a fruit, it's usually pretty good for barbecuing with. And then you're also getting your local regional flavors imparted into your food, which is a really awesome thing. So if this wasn't something you were aware of, my recommendation to you would be just to do a simple Google search, look up firewood distributors. If you're in a colder climate where you need firewood in the wintertime, a lot of your firewood distributors will save some of the good wood that's common for barbecuing with, and they sell it to restaurants and people like us that just like to cook with wood in our own backyards. Check with them, and you'll usually get a really good price on the firewood that you need to cook with. I mean, you can even get a cord of wood and save more than even what I just showed you there for those at 10 cubic feet. And if you don't know what wood you can use to cook with, a couple options. You can just go ahead and do a simple, internet search, Google it, woods that you can use for cooking, and it'll give you a good list. If it has a nut or a fruit that grows from it, you're in pretty good shape there. You can also just go ahead and add to the comments your name and email address, and I'll send you a list. I hope that little tip has been helpful. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. Love your comments, love your suggestions, anything you want to know. I'm glad to help with. This is Tony Tone Barbecue. I'm Tony. Thanks for watching. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff. Thanks.